There was a time when the word BlackBerry meant power, prestige, and productivity. From Wall Street executives to presidents, everyone carried one. But after the iPhone revolutionized the smartphone world, BlackBerry's dominance faded into nostalgia. What most people don't know, however, is that BlackBerry almost made a comeback. Behind closed doors, the company was quietly crafting a plan, one that could have rewritten tech history. This is the story of the comeback that almost happened. The inside look at BlackBerry's secret attempt to rise from the ashes. A giant on the edge, by 2010, BlackBerry's once mighty empire was crumbling. The iPhone and Android had completely changed what users expected from smartphones, fluid touchscreens, endless apps, and entertainment on demand. BlackBerry, with its tiny keyboards and business-first focus, seemed stuck in another era. But inside Research in Motion's headquarters in Waterloo, Canada, co-CEOs Mike Lazaridis and Jim Balsillie refused to give up. They believed BlackBerry could adapt, and they had a plan. The world saw a company in decline, but inside, a team of engineers and visionaries were working on something revolutionary, something they hoped would bring BlackBerry back to glory. Project QNX, the foundation for a comeback. In 2010, RIM quietly acquired QNX Software Systems, a Canadian company known for its ultra-reliable operating system used in cars, factories, and even nuclear power plants. QNX wasn't flashy, but it was fast, secure, and stable, exactly what BlackBerry needed to rebuild. The vision was bold: to create a brand new smartphone operating system, one that could compete head-to-head with iOS and Android. It would be modern, multitasking, and fluid, yet true to BlackBerry's DNA of security and productivity. This secret project became BlackBerry 10. Built on the QNX foundation, developers worked tirelessly, crafting an interface with intuitive gestures, a unified inbox called the Hub, and deep multitasking features. Unlike Android or iOS, users could swipe between apps without hitting a home button, smooth and futuristic for its time. On paper, it looked like a winner. BlackBerry was finally catching up. The Z10 BlackBerry's big gamble in 2013. After years of anticipation, the world saw the result. The BlackBerry Z10. It was sleek, touchscreen-based, and a complete departure from the company's signature keyboard phones. BlackBerry executives presented it as their comeback moment, a reinvention, ads declared, rebuilt from the ground up, for the new world. For loyal fans, it was a moment of hope. The device felt fresh, the OS was stable, and features like the peak gesture and predictive keyboard impressed critics. But there was one massive problem. The world had moved on. Developers weren't building apps for BlackBerry anymore. Instagram, YouTube, and even Google Maps were missing. Without the apps people loved, no amount of engineering excellence could compete. Customers walked into stores, compared the iPhone's vibrant app store to BlackBerry's limited catalog, and made their choice. By the time BlackBerry 10 launched, it was already too late. The secret weapon that never launched, but BlackBerry wasn't done yet. Behind the scenes, engineers were developing a device that could have changed everything: the BlackBerry Venice, later known as the Priv. It was unlike anything on the market. A hybrid device running Android, with full access to Google's ecosystem, yet fortified with BlackBerry's legendary security. It also had a slide-out physical keyboard, giving users the best of both worlds: touch and tactile control. The Priv was the culmination of everything BlackBerry had learned. It was sleek, innovative, and secure. Early prototypes impressed reviewers. Had it arrived 2 or 3 years earlier, it might have saved the company's smartphone division. But when it finally launched in 2015, the momentum was gone. BlackBerry's reputation had faded, and consumers were deeply loyal to Apple and Samsung. The Priv was praised for its ambition, but criticized for its high price and slow software updates. It was the comeback that almost worked. The fall and reinvention after the Priv, BlackBerry made one last attempt with the KEO and KEY to partnering with TCL to bring back its iconic keyboard. While these phones attracted nostalgic fans, they couldn't compete in a market dominated by giants. In 2016, BlackBerry officially stopped making phones. It was the end of an era, but not the end of the company. Under CEO John Chen, BlackBerry transformed from a hardware manufacturer into a software and cybersecurity powerhouse. Its QNX platform, originally built for BlackBerry 10, became the operating system for millions of vehicles, powering infotainment and safety systems worldwide. The same secure technology once meant for smartphones now drives the future of connected cars. In a poetic twist, the foundation of BlackBerry's failed comeback became the key to its survival. Why the comeback failed BlackBerry's downfall was due to a lack of innovation. It was due to timing and vision. They underestimated the power of ecosystems. Apple and Google built worlds around their devices: music, apps, media, and cloud. BlackBerry focused on hardware and software, but ignored the larger ecosystem users were joining. They moved too slowly. By the time BlackBerry 10 arrived, the iPhone had already launched its 6th version. In tech, even a year can be fatal. BlackBerry was 5 years late. They misread the market. BlackBerry thought users still cared most about security and productivity. In reality, people wanted creativity, entertainment, and simplicity. They didn't win developers. Without apps, even the best hardware couldn't attract users. The app gap became a chasm BlackBerry could never cross. The legacy of a missed comeback, the story of BlackBerry's near comeback, isn't one of total failure. It's a lesson in resilience, innovation, and transformation. The company that once ruled the smartphone world didn't vanish, it evolved. Its focus on security still influences today's mobile standards. Its QNX technology shapes the future of autonomous driving. And its story serves as a reminder that even the greatest companies must adapt, not just to competition, but to culture. BlackBerry didn't just lose a battle, it passed the torch. It showed the world what happens when brilliance meets disruption and what it takes to survive when your kingdom falls. The comeback didn't happen as planned, but in a different way, BlackBerry still found redemption. It may no longer make phones, but its spirit of innovation continues, quietly powering the future it once tried to define.